Well, the TikTok user base is aging up. While the app is still mostly teens and tweens, older adults are jumping on as well.
Yeah, researchers like Statista say people over the age of 40 represent about a third of TikTok users. Even though those under 20 still dominate, our next guest is defying the age boundaries.
She sure is. She joined TikTok at the age of 60, and now she's passing on her talents to older adults. So please welcome TikTok teacher Helen Polisi. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Helen, you have to tell me, how did you get started with TikTok?
So just like a lot of people during the pandemic, I found myself with a little bit of time on my hands. So I jumped onto the TikTok train and I downloaded the app and I started posting videos, baking, dancing, sharing household tips in the kitchen. And I started going viral and I realized that I had an aptitude for creating content.
Love it.
Interesting. So what is it? Because I signed up for TikTok, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, and I signed up and I pulled this app up and there's like the video and I swiped, there's another video and it's like never ending video and it was overwhelming. I'm just like, yo, I can't with this thing. So what is it about TikTok where you said, wow, there's something here?
You know what it is? It takes a little bit of time to curate your own content because your page is going to send you more of what you like. So as you engage in the app, you're going to see more of what you like. And as you scroll by things, you're going to see less of things that you don't like. So it does take some stick-to-itiveness to actually curate your own feed.
Now, we know you've been able to turn your love for TikTok into like a career. So what are you teaching people?
Well, what I do is I've started a platform called Socialize, which can be found at hellosocialize.com, where I'm empowering older adults and really people of all skill levels, because I find that my followers are not always older. They're just people that don't understand social media and how to create content. So it's about empowering people to share their expertise in a different way. And a lot of people aren't familiar with how to do it.
What do you say to somebody who perhaps is older or perhaps not older, but just like that TikTok? Why do I want to get on that? Why do I even want to do that? Like, what do you say to somebody? Because I know you've heard that before. Somebody at a dinner party or whatever is like, look, TikTok, why? Like, what do you say to that person?
It happens a lot. I mean, I call it TikTok University. The things that I've learned, I think people think of TikTok as like a dancing teenage app, and there's things to be learned, there's things to be shared, there's recipes, there's learning from doctors. I mean, it's really like, I call it TikTok University. So I learned so much and I realized, you know, I have a skill set to share because my background is in production. I think you know that. And so for years I've been in edit rooms, but this is the first time I've really taken it on myself, learned how to do the editing apps on my phone and created my own content. And it's just been the ride of my life.
I feel like Corey was calling me out right there because I'm actually not on TikTok. So I know some people get overwhelmed because there are just so many social media platforms out there that you can be on. So what advice would you have for people if they're not on TikTok, why they should be on that one versus some others?
Well, I always say TikTok is the way to grow an audience the fastest. So if that's something that appeals to someone, it's a really quick, rapid app to growth. But now with Instagram Reels and also Facebook Reels, there are other avenues that if people are more familiar with those and more comfortable on those, they can actually come to hellosocialize.com and they can learn how to create content on those apps where they might feel more comfortable.
Wow. Hellosocialize.com. I know a lot of folks are like, okay, they're going to check it out. They're going to try it. I think we're showing some video of it right there. And you kind of teach people, you kind of lead us along through the TikTok world.
What I really love is that I think a lot of times as we get older, we feel unseen and we feel like really what's happening is we're just being seen in a different way.
Right.
So I think that the opportunity social media has to change the game for what older adults are portrayed as is just a huge opportunity.
So Hello Socialize, is that where people can find your tutorials?
Yes.
All right.
And my TikTok is at the mothership with you. But if you're interested in learning all things social media, hellosocialize.com is your home.
All right, cool. Helen, thank you so much for joining us today. I think you may have opened up some eyes here.
Thank you for having me. I love it. It's energizing and I highly recommend it.